It's 3:35 in Jonesboro, a community that seems to be plagued with panhandlers all of a sudden. Over the last several months, we've seen the numbers increase drastically, and you can't go through an intersection sometimes without 2, 3, or 4 people with cardboard sign up and hands out asking for help. But do they really need help, or do they just want help? Is it a need, or is it perhaps an exploitation of some compassionate people? We'll talk about it as we're previewing a special report that's coming out tonight on NEAreport.com. It's all next. We'll talk about that, plus Crime Stoppers, a crystal meth arrest by the Street Crimes Unit, a red flag warning, no burning, folks, and it's not the only weather warning that's out there, plus more. It's all next on NEA Report right now.
Reporting.
Glad to have you in with us tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. And you are on NEA Report, Northeast Arkansas's leading online news service. Well, it's a story that we've been getting a lot of messages about lately. And it's one of those that we knew that there was going to be a difficult time approaching. We're talking about panhandling, and specifically Jonesboro's recent influx of panhandlers. It started, seems like a couple of months back, or it really ramped up to being noticeable a few months back. And now, every Saturday or Sunday, you try to go shopping in town, you go through an intersection, you might see 3 or 4 in one intersection, depending on where you're at. No joke. It's that bad right now. But the question is, are people really in need, or are we being conned because of our compassion? Now, it's a difficult answer, and there's not one universal answer to go to that. We're doing a special report on it tonight, and we're previewing that special report right now. A little bit later on NEA Report, we'll have this report online. It is a text-based report, an article, so to speak, and just right now, as of this moment, I've already gotten 1,200 words written in this thing. It's growing, though, because we're talking to several others that I'm waiting on getting back in touch with me. So is it legal? Can panhandlers get out and do this? I'll give you the quick preview answer. Yes, it is legal, but there are illegalities to it. They can't panhandle in certain places. They can be asked to leave certain places. So besides that, statistically, factually, scientifically, what do the numbers show that panhandlers spend money on? You see, there's several answers to that. It shows that most spend money on food, but a huge portion spend money on drugs and alcohol. We pulled statistics from rather progressive sources, by the way, the goal being compassion, err on the side of caution, but at the same time, are we being conned from having compassion? Some people in the community, leading figures, say yes. In fact, we've included some of the quotes from a Jonesboro Sun editorial in the story that were pretty harsh, as a matter of fact. But several sources participated, along with several different studies and sources of data. We're even going to look at the other effects of panhandling, such as what it leaves behind at an intersection. I know many hundreds of you have shared the story or the post where just piles of garbage were left at an intersection at Highland Drive and Caraway Road, left behind by a panhandler. We went to that very intersection and took a photo of somebody by that very box. It may have been the guy that did it. Anyway, it's all tonight on NEA Report. Make sure you follow us for our updates. Click See First on our Facebook page if you haven't already, so you'll be the first to know when we post a news story. That's what the other news outlets do, so that they know when they can, rush and do their little copy jobs. Go to facebook.com/NEA Report, and you'll see the story tonight only from your local news source here in Northeast Arkansas that's online. In tonight's Crime Stoppers segment, Jonesboro Police Department, they need your help in trying to identify 2 persons of interest in a string of vehicle break-ins that are said to have taken place. The 2 persons of interest photos were provided to us courtesy of Jonesboro Police Department, and they're part of our Crime Stoppers segment tonight. Here's the first suspect. He's leaving Walmart, seen in the photo there wearing a dark hoodie. It looks like it's probably a navy blue hoodie. He's got sunglasses on as well. If you know who this suspect is, call Crime Stoppers at 935-STOP. He's one of 2 suspects. The other suspect seen exiting the store in this photo. There she is wearing a purple, maybe some type of magenta or shade thereof of a hoodie. It looks like her glasses may also be a shade of purple as well. She, along with the suspect we showed you just a moment ago, are persons of interest that Jonesboro Police Department needs help identifying. Who are they? As they would say in this crime scene investigators music. If you know, Crime Stoppers, call them 935-STOP, 935-7867. Calls can be anonymous. Tips can earn you cash, but you might help to potentially stop future vehicle break-ins by leading police to who they call two persons of interest, seen on your screen right there. The Jonesboro Police Department Street Crimes Unit stayed busy lately. We just received a report of some of their work on Tuesday morning in Jonesboro. It was about 10:42 a.m. when JPD's Street Crimes Unit were sent to the 1001 address of Owens Avenue. That's where they were about to conduct a parole search of the residence. See, they had been told in a shed behind the residence, according to the police report, that there was crystal meth being cooked. Officers, including investigator Chris Jefferson, made contact with Wilfred Eugene Goad, 38, of Jonesboro. Mr. Goad was reportedly on felony probation, and a search of his person yielded a small amount of crystal meth along with a glass methamphetamine pipe, according to the report. I don't guess they found a meth lab, or if they did, they didn't note it in the story. The man was taken to Craighead County Detention Center and booked on a felony charge of possession of meth and a felony charge of possession of drug paraphernalia. While we got you here, we don't want you to forget that you can get entered to win the grab bag giveaway, the special NEA report deal that we're doing this year for you. It's every day that you comment during our live broadcast, you are entered to win. And we've showed you the grab bag the last couple of days, but if you missed it and you want to know what exactly we're giving away, or at least some of the stuff, go back and watch our newscast yesterday or the day before. They're all online. Multiple entries per person, up to one each day, and the gifts include toys like Batman, Ninja Turtles, and more, earbuds, gloves, a massage from Harmony Massage. You've got a construction block kit for kids, like you see where the kids build this stuff and they really start to develop their creativity. That's from Full Sun Gifts, and as we mentioned, there is a lot more than that. That's all part of our grab bag giveaway, so just comment during our live newscast anytime between now and I think next Tuesday is when we're going to give it away. After the break, more news, including a look at the New Wave Wireless forecast. And we need some rain, but the good news is we've got some on the way, almost guaranteed. At least that's what the Weather Service is indicating. So good news there. That's coming up after the break. First up, though, a greeting from our troops. It's a message from our troops courtesy of our friends at Car Today. The troops serving abroad getting to send back a special greeting for the family.
Hey, I'm Major David Cox from Conway, Arkansas. I want to send out a big shout out to my wife Jennifer and my four wonderful boys, Carson, Marcus, Talon, and Cannon. Hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas. I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to the day I get home. I love you. I'm out.
Hello, Major Josh Webb, located here in Camp Bondsteel, Kosovo. Would like to send a shout out to my friends and family in Arkansas. Merry Christmas.
Family Medical Clinic of Walnut Ridge and Bono are your neighborhood healthcare providers, and we're now accepting new patients. We know you have a tight schedule, so we're here 6 days a week at both locations from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Walk-ins are welcome. In Walnut Ridge, stop by 1045 West Main Street or call us to make an appointment, 886-8300. In Bono, we're on Highway 63 North or call 930-9990. Walnut Ridge Family Medical Clinic and Bono Family Medical Clinic, here for you when you need us.
If you're a business owner, gaining new customers and retaining them is your top priority and biggest hurdle. Today, 85% of customers search online or look for you on social media. Do you have an effective strategy to reach them? At Ace One, we will customize a digital marketing strategy comprising of social media, web, and video marketing that fits your budget. Our dedicated account managers will work with you to create engaging campaigns, covering all digital media outlets. Ace One, your partner in digital marketing. Contact us today.
It's breaking news to bring along to you right now. As a matter of fact, just coming into the newsroom, and I wanted to get this to you before we got back to our normal schedule of stuff here. This news just coming in as we were doing the newscast here. I got the report. Apparently, the Old Country Store. You know what I'm talking about? The one that was really at the center of the controversy that was happening between the Shady Grove incident, that has apparently closed. That's the report that I'm getting right now. The Old Country Store that was over there by Sedgwick, that was just outside of Craighead County, that was between Craighead County and Lawrence County, in a slightly tiny sliver of Greene County there. The report that I'm getting from one of the managers, or for one of the owners, is that the store has closed. That evidently happening late yesterday or today, sometime early this morning. I'm just going through here. The guy, he told me he didn't know the exact reason. He said that there was a number of them, and some of them he listed to me here. I'm wanting to go through and verify myself before I go on the air with, but they're incredible reasons. You'll remember, though, this is the location that was really at the center of the controversy with Shady Grove. Do you remember that? The Shady Grove Township that was in Greene County, and in this slight little mile-long sliver of Greene County in between the two counties on the highway out there, they built this store, this Old Country Store. It sold wine and spirits and things like that. It skirted around the dry county laws that exist for both Lawrence County and Craighead County because it was a tiny part of Greene County. As soon as that happened, a bunch of people got angry and started saying, well, we're going to try to pass a law and take Shady Grove and make it a dry township. And then all of a sudden the controversy then began expanding, with there being allegedly people who were faking their address to pretend as though they lived actually behind the liquor store. And so in a Jonesboro Sun investigation, there were a number of trailers that showed like the kind of trailers that you see hauling freight that had been converted into these miniature living quarters. And that's the store that we're talking about. So evidently, after all of that, and the vote not passing to take the county and turn it dry, the store has still closed down. The report being that it happened either late yesterday, according to one of the owners who messaged me here, actually commented during the show, BJ Hibbard. He said that it happened late yesterday or this morning was the last moment of business. So if you're looking for your drink tonight, you may have to drive a little bit further. We always try to keep you informed of weather situations before they might pop up, and we did see yesterday in the forecast there was a pretty good shot of us today having that red flag warning, and sure enough, it's back in effect until 6 o'clock tonight. But there were a few advisories we didn't see coming yesterday that we were actually a little bit surprised about. We'll talk about them right now in your New Wave Wireless weather forecast, home of the $49 iPhone screen repair. So we had a dust advisory, specifically a blowing dust advisory that was issued that expired at 4 o'clock, and a wind advisory that expired at 4, but the red flag warning stays in effect until 6 tonight. That means, please, no burning. No matter who you are, just don't do it. It's so bad right now. That there was a fire in front of the Malco earlier today, and when I was on my way to work, I drove by just this large black swath that had just caught fire. I don't even know that somebody set the fire, if somebody threw a cigarette out and it caught fire, or what happened. There was nobody around there, but fire trucks had to converge on the area to knock the problem out before it became a bigger one. We're not hoping to see anybody doing any burning for the rest of today, and we're hoping folks will use caution really for what's the rest of the week. But luckily, the winds are going to calm down as we move into tonight. The low drops down to about 35. Winds 5 to 10, west-southwesterly so. Then on Thursday, mostly sunny skies with a high near 45 and 5 to 10 mile per hour winds out of the north. On Thursday, mostly cloudy with a low around 30. Then on Friday, mostly sunny and the high up to 49. The low Friday night is dropping down to freezing temperatures right at 32 degrees with those clouds, still a few of them still out there. Now on Saturday, we're going to see the temperatures warm up. Look at that, the high near 57, but the Weather Service saying winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Wouldn't surprise me if on Saturday you see another red flag warning. I'm just going to throw it out there. I have no idea what that's going to look like in the windy condition side, but it doesn't make any sense that the temperature makes an almost 10-degree jump, almost to the 60-degree range, and we won't see winds go up too. So if you're planning on doing some burning on Saturday, that's going to be a really precarious day you might want to be careful about. For your Saturday night, that's when things start to change. Mostly cloudy, a low around 42, and then after midnight, rain becomes likely. A 70% chance of rainfall overnight Saturday and into Sunday. For your Sunday, the rainfall will continue mainly before noon, with otherwise mostly cloudy skies and a high near 53. A 20% shot at some rainfall on Sunday night. Patchy fog otherwise, and mostly cloudy skies, a low around 39, and the rainfall is out of here by the time Monday rolls around. Well, a neat event was just announced to be upcoming, and a neat event was just announced to be upcoming in Jonesboro. It's going to take place at the beginning of the new year. It's the American Spirit Ensemble. They're going to be performing at the Arkansas State University Convocation Center. It's part of the Riceland Distinguished Performance Series, and this one's set to take place on Tuesday at 7:30 p.m., January 16th. The American Spirit Ensemble is a critically acclaimed professional group composed of some of the finest singers in the classical music world, according to Dr. Michael Bowman, the director of the Fowler Center. The group, which was founded in 1995, has sung in theaters and opera houses around the world, including the Metropolitan Opera, the New York City Opera, the Houston Grand Opera, and abroad in Italy, Germany, Britain, Scotland, Spain, and Japan, and they're coming to Jonesboro on January 16th at 7:30. If you want more information, because there's a ton of it, well, just go to the community page of NEAReport.com. We've got more info there. Tickets, seating is reserved. Individual tickets are $35 and $25 for adults, and $28 and $20 for senior citizens. Other pricing's available for students, and there's group discounts if you're taking a bunch of people. Across the state of Arkansas, police agencies are participating in the Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign, and it's really as simple as this. If you're out, you're driving, and you're acting a fool with liquor in the vehicle or liquor in your system when you're in the vehicle, well, then you better get ready to go to jail and pay some huge costs. Patrols are going to be increased between December 13th and January 1st. And traffic crashes, well, they're responsible for such a large number of deaths that the Arkansas State Police and agencies that are across the state, they're all taking it as their mission to hopefully help combat that. See, 37,461 were killed in 2016 in traffic crashes, but it was about a third of those. I mean, it was 28% that involved a driver who was legally drunk over the .08 limit. That's just crazy. That's crazy talk. Driving while impaired can result in a loss of license, higher insurance costs. You can deal with attorney's fees that are out of this world, lost wages and jobs and more. And these days you don't have to. There are apps on your phone that can arrange for a ride. Or you can plan ahead. This whole concept of planning ahead in life, it's too much for some people. Report suspected drunk drivers to 911 if you see them before they kill somebody. And watch out. Use good decisions. Don't drink and drive. We want to make sure everybody knows about this one that's supposed to happen next week. Now, here's the deal. Next week, we have a scheduled interview that's going to take place live for Congressman Rick Crawford here on NEA Report. As we always do with our live interviews, we will take some questions from viewers and include them along. Some people call it a live town hall, a virtual town hall. We just call it a live interview. That's what we always do, how we do those things here. You could post the questions or ask them live, but we do have to let you know there is a possibility that Crawford might get called back to D.C. to vote on a tax bill at the beginning of next week. It could interfere with the schedule. So we're in contact with his folks. They've assured us that they'll let us know as soon as we possibly could know about something like that taking place. And if that happens, we hope to be able to schedule some kind of makeup or maybe even do a phone interview with the congressman on Monday. But the plan is next Monday to have Congressman Rick Crawford right here on NEA Report. And if you have questions, post them. You might see him on the show or hear him. We're wrapping it up here tonight, but one final check of the forecast for those of you who want to know. The red flag warning still in effect until 6 tonight. No burning until 6 p.m. and no burning after the fact if you're under a burn ban, which most counties in northeast Arkansas still are. That includes Craighead County, Greene, Lawrence, Randolph, Clay. Those counties and many more under a burn ban. Conditions just not good to burn right now, and they're probably not going to be at the very least until we get to maybe Sunday. Sunday, we're expecting showers. Let's talk about tonight, though, in the new wave forecast. 35 for the low is going to be what we're expecting the temperatures to drop to tonight. For your Thursday, mostly sunny and a high near 45. Friday, a high near 49. 57 on Saturday, though. That's when you're going to see winds pick up a little bit more. It may be a dangerous day to burn yet again on Saturday. But Saturday night, rain is likely. It starts to roll in after midnight. Looks like a 70% chance at it, according to the National Weather Service, and we could use that. It's going to continue into Sunday and Sunday night as well, moving out by Monday. So good news there. I'm sure the firefighters are thrilled to hear that news. Thanks, everybody, for joining us tonight. Remember, we have a special report. It's on the way later this evening, and we don't want you to miss that. It's going to be an article, as we often do, the text type. We're probably the only news outlet that specializes in video content and text content. Usually it's either one or the other, the news outlet, but we decided to do both. It's based on the story. It makes the most sense sometimes to do one or the other. In this case, because the story involves a lot of facts, it involves some studies, it involves compassion, but it also involves some harsh truths. This story is one you're not going to want to miss. It's panhandling in Jonesboro. I'm going to have that online here with hopefully in the next 2 hours. That's the plan. It's going to be online tonight. I'll give you my word of that. And check that out on neareport.com. Anytime you want to find the latest stuff we post, you can follow us on Twitter. We're also on Facebook, which is, I think, where you're watching this right now, unless you're watching us after the fact. Thanks, everybody, for joining us tonight. See you again tomorrow at 4 o'clock. And don't forget, like and share that report that's headed your way on panhandling later tonight. Thanks, everybody.